Hello everybody, I'm Wayne from the band The Flaming Lips, and this is going to be my Myspace featured playlist. We're here in Sydney, Australia. My playlist is going to be about bands that I like, singers that I like, music that I like that has somehow come from Australia. The band that's from Melbourne that I can't even imagine my life without having them in it is Nick Cave's first band that he was in called The Birthday Party. And the song that we're featuring here today is called Mutiny in Heaven. And there is a lot of groups that you'll hear out there in the world that have some trace of influence that if you follow it, you can almost always go back to The Birthday Party and see, oh, that's where they got this. And the fact that they come from Australia just seemed more, I don't know, more out of control. I don't know. And since then, I had met some Australian people who were themselves completely out of control, and it gave me a whole sense of how and why this music got to be the way it is. But if you don't know who they are, the band that made all the difference to me is The Birthday Party, and this is Mutiny in Heaven, and it's going to change your life. All right, so my second song on my featured Myspace playlist, I'm going to pick Kylie Minogue's, is it I Just Can't Get You Out of My Head? Is it, or Can't Get You Out of My Head? Whatever the title is. I heard it almost everywhere I went. I'd hear the song. I didn't know who it was. I'd heard of Kylie Minogue, but I didn't know her that much. But I kept hearing the song thinking, I really like that song. And then lo and behold, I finally see this video and her butt everywhere. And I thought, now this is too good to pass up. And I actually met her at, I forget, it was like a European MTV Awards or something like that. And she was very beautiful and very gracious. And her butt looked a lot like it did in that video. I mean, I wasn't staring just at her butt, but I did remark of like, there you go, that's the real deal. So it's Kylie Minogue's, I don't know if it's called I Just Can't Get You Out of My Head, but it's a beautiful, well-arranged, awesome track. You'll like it. My next Myspace playlist pick is Sydney band called The Church. I suppose they're still going today. One of the first videos that struck me was The Church's Unguarded Moment. It's one of these songs that I hadn't considered in a long time. And it is a phenomenal song. It really is. I don't know what he's talking about, as isn't that unusual for great songs. But it does evoke some cosmic answer, and just the title, it being called The Unguarded Moment, is, if you don't know it, you're going to think this is great. I'm not wrong. This is cool. Yeah. All right, so my next pick, this is a group called Wolf Mother. I think the song is called Dimensions or something about another dimension, but you'll get it within the context of the song. They seem, in some sense, to really be born out of a love of 70s riff rock, which you'll hear in this song. We were lucky enough to play with Wolf Mother right at the very beginning of them having some success in Australia, but coming to America for the first time in 2006. And they were just so phenomenal, full of energy, breaking stuff, just utterly taking over the place. So I wish them all the renewed energy and all the confidence and all the badassness that they had with them when we first saw them, and I hope they make a bunch more of those cosmic riff rock records. But you'll like this one. It's called Dimensions. My next pick is by a group that I am slightly biased towards because we played a couple of shows with them. But anyway, it's Midnight Juggernaut, and the song is called Into the Galaxy. They had this crazy little table light, and they put their omnicord on top of it, a strange little round electronic thing that if you're not a very good musician, you can just press buttons and it plays very intricate, like minor seventh chords. And to people who don't know what you're doing, you sound like the greatest musician ever. So anyway, you'll hear their music and you'll like them out there. You hear their headlining festivals as far away as Rio de Janeiro, is that right? Anyway, so here they are, Midnight Juggernauts into the galaxy. Yes? Well, you picked Convinced of the Hex, and I would say, for me, I think it's my current favorite as well. For us, it's a strange track, but it's got some strange groove to it that we really liked, and we're able to play it live as well. And sometimes that doesn't work out. You know, you have a song that you really like, that you recorded. It's not dynamic or it's not exciting, but that one I think is going to work. It's wonderful. I mean, I would say we're the things that we're able to do nowadays. I mean, you got to remember, I'm 48 years old. We couldn't have even dreamed this 20 years ago. You know, I mean, all this stuff is so immediate. We'll play a show, and by the time we're sitting on the bus, you know, an hour later, you're reading comments and seeing video, and you know, it's all just it happens in real life, and then it happens in this other world for everybody else to see. It's I know it's hard to get your head around.